From the center of the galaxy, live, direct to all of you in the center of that galaxy. This here be Force Center Live, Star Wars Questions. I'm Ken Napzok.
And I'm Jen Landa. There was pirate and news anchor, morning show. I love it.
Pirate news anchor. Can't be telling you no information about Hat-Hattin. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Star Wars Questions Live. We do this on Mondays. A lot of folks checking in. We're back to normal usernames in the YouTube comment section. There was weird stuff last week. Not our fault. YouTube's fault. And yes, it's me. I'm Ken Napzok. I guess we should do Jen Land is here.
Yes.
It's Ken and Jen in the afternoon.
In the afternoon. Oh, yeah, I guess it is afternoon. I was going to say morning. No, it's afternoon.
I mean...
Yeah.
Breakfast is still in my memory, so it counts as morning. Joseph Scrimshaw is out today. He's taken, it was his birthday yesterday, more importantly, but also he is in the home stretch of making his first feature film, Dead Media, so he is buckling down and putting much needed attention to it. Though I do fear for him, Jen, because he's locked in editing, locked in post-production, and that Cantina playset that he ordered, it might be on the way. Which might be the biggest distraction yet.
Wait, which Cantina playset? Which one?
The big one. The big one yeah.
The big one?
The big one that's out there with all the figures and hair and everything. And
wow.
I don't know. See, you and I gave up collecting.
Yeah.
So we don't have to live with this.
No, I did find a 1966 Patina the Poodle doll that I really want. So... My collecting shifted from vintage Star Wars to vintage, I don't know what. Made by Hasbro, 1966.
You know what? Actually, you're right. I didn't realize I did this, but like, I've stopped collecting Star Wars stuff, mostly space and money. It's not for a lack of wanting it, but in its place now is sports cards. Like I'm 14 again because of my sports card ASMR channel.
Oh, cool.
I now have this office is being overrun with. Look at this, Chad. This is just stuff. This is just sitting around.
Wow.
Common cards worth nothing.
Wow.
You're right. Maybe Jen, once a collector, always a collector.
Yeah, and there was this bantha that I saw on Instagram at Disneyland right now. It's the vintage bantha. It's so cool. Big action figure with hair. I want it.
I love that. Okay. How big? What's the scale on the bantha?
I think it's like this big. I think. A loaf of bread. It looks like a hairy loaf of bread.
a moldy piece of bread. No, that's my bantha. Don't touch my bantha.
I want it. I was like, I'm done collecting. Oh, hello there. Yeah.
Look, I try not to go to the big box stores as much as I used to, and I try to avoid the one with the big red target on its wall. But sometimes I have to go, and sometimes I swing through, and I always take that toy tour because you might turn the corner and be like, finally, a Dash Rendar 6-inch Black Series that I can burn in effigy. It might be there.
Oh my gosh. I just picture you having like a shrine where you like burn the characters that you don't like.
Look, of all the people talking about burning action figures, Jen, maybe you shouldn't be the one. Okay.
Oh my gosh. People that live in glass houses and put a chainsaw to a certain action figure. That was a strange point in my career.
You've grown, Jen.
I've grown a lot. People can change.
There you go. Dave Mackay, Channel 19, points out for audio listeners, Jen is gesturing a hairy loaf of bread. We've got one big question to get to. It's a great one from James Pascalucci. But also, if you have a super chat or just any other question, we'd love it. Take us anywhere you want today, too. Floodgates are open when it comes to questions. We'll shout out our first super chat of the day. I brought our brother Tyler saying, hey, you're all awesome. Thanks for making a great podcast. We appreciate that. Look, be honest, 11 years in, we're still going strong. Still wake up every day excited to talk Star Wars. Still watching Star Wars. My Skeleton Crew rewatch continues. But Jed, you and I were even talking off air. Sometimes you just feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
Oh my gosh, I have so many commercials in my head. Yeah, it's true. I mean, Star Wars is funny because when I went to watch the trailer for Rebuild the Galaxy, it's not like I was like cranky about it. I'm like, all right, let's see. I'm sure it'll be cute. And I was genuinely laughing,
Mm-hmm.
surprised. And that's why I'm like, I love Star Wars. It's always, we have a great marriage together. It's like always keeping me on my toes, keeping things fresh.
Star Wars. Star Wars is like a marriage at this point. It's for me, it's a 40-year plus marriage. We're going to get to this question now, but like I said, if you got a super chat, specific question, go for it. Oh, we do have our news episode tomorrow. We do talk about some great stuff, quotes from Simon Kinberg about the Andor influence on Star Wars going forward, Lego rebuild the galaxy pieces of the past, Hayden Christensen at the Chicago Cubs game, pay our respects to Terrence Stamp, all that tomorrow on the news show. So look forward to that. Jen, are you ready for this wonderful question here today?
Yes.
All right. Legally, I can't continue until you say yes. James Pascalucci writes this. I still don't know if I'm saying that name 100% correct, but it's such a great baseball name. It's such a left fielder for the Orioles in 1997. I love that name.
It's a good name.
There you go. Hello there, Jennifer Josephine Cadden. He probably didn't yell, but I did. I was hoping you all could Star Wars counsel me on a small nitpick of mine about Star Wars music in the sequel trilogy. Joseph mentions how Star Wars is at its best when it's a blend of new and old. I feel the sequel trilogy did a wonderful job at this, using great new themes, also using callbacks to music from the past. The Force theme, the Imperial March, Yoda's theme, Leia's theme, the TIE Fighter attack from Episode 4, Sidious's theme. They all got fantastic moments to shine once more. Where my nitpick lies is, as you might have noticed, all those callbacks come from the original trilogy. There was sadly no music from the prequel trilogy used. As someone who grew up with the prequels, I really would have liked those scores to get a chance to shine again too. Imagine hearing Duel of Fates, Battle of Heroes, or Anakin's Dark Deeds, which I didn't realize totally sounds like an AC/DC song. That's my editorializing right there. All their epic choral glory again on the big screen, even if for a moment. Swim to Oda Gunga, the Droid Factory, the Camino theme, Panaka and the Queen's Protectors, and the takeoff music heard when Padme's ship escapes Naboo in Episode 1, when the clones arrive in the arena in Episode 2, and after the invisible hand is shot in Episode 3 are all breathtaking, and I feel could have easily been inserted somewhere. I'm sure some people may say it wouldn't make sense for them to be used as they are specific scores for specific people or places, but I feel that is misleading. The scores have been used interchangeably throughout Star Wars for quite a long time, sometimes for thematic connections and sometimes because it just sounds cool. Duel of Fates was used not just in all three prequels, but in animated shorts and even the first trailer for Star Wars Rebels. The Camino theme was used when Dooku was on the speeder bike. Sidious's theme was used when Rey was tortured by Snoke. There is a snippet of Yoda's theme in the Droid Factory music itself. Anakin's Dark Deeds was used in every boss battle in my DS version of the Force Unleashed game. And many people even say they hear Kylo's theme when with Chimere during the Acolyte. But I digress. As I said, this is a nitpick. But could there have been a place for some of these pieces to get a call out in the sequels, or is there a thematic reason none of them were used? Is there any you would have liked to have heard again? Thank you all so much. All right, James has a great little question there, a nitpick indeed. I understand the nitpicks, and I don't think he's wrong about this. Where do you go with this up top?
This is something where I really feel like if I had a week, I could really go and listen to each theme and really make sure with a fine-tooth comb, I don't hear anything. I mean, it could just even be like a bar or two that Williams threw in that I'm missing. But immediately I think the reason why he did not use prequel themes or many is because of the way that the sequel trilogy was framed. And that was like returning to the original trilogy, returning to the old Star Wars. It really, really felt like that. Plus you had Han, Luke, and Leia returning. And so it did feel like that would be a natural, thing to want to pull the themes from the original trilogy into the sequel trilogy. But I don't. Duel of the Fates is so recognizable, but then again, so is the Imperial March, right? So it's like I don't know. I don't know. This is a tough one for me.
Yeah, I think there's some truth to there being this anti-prequel bias during the 2014-2015 return. And I'm not saying this isn't a conspiracy. I'm not Charlie Dayan with red strings on a wall behind me, but it was a point of discussion in 2015 at Star Wars Celebration between me and the folks that went there, that it, like, you looked around, you're like, the prequels kind of don't exist here at this convention, which is not true on a booth to booth, cosplay to cosplay basis. But overall, yeah, the vibe. And I'm not saying there was an edict. I'm just saying 10 years after Revenge of the Sith ended and 10 years of prequel bashing, which still happens. You can still I still have friends in my friend group that throw the same old complaints from 12 years ago and pizza roll criticism against the prequels that just don't stand up to the test of time and just are passe and boring, quite frankly. But it existed, and I think that it makes sense that some of the music wouldn't show up then. But as the story goes on, 8 and 9, or even Rogue One and Solo, I can see there's some room there. But my opening statement is that, yes, it was very much like you said, Jed. It was the classic trilogy that so many were raised on, that seemed to be, even though history has been a little kind to the discourse from 80 and 83 and washed away some of the criticism that was there. It's generally more positive. So I don't think there was an edict. It's not my conspiracy, Jen, that they said, now, Johnny Williams, don't bring in your love theme from Attack of the Clones. Please don't do that. I just don't know if on the surface there was a place for it. But when you dig in, maybe.
Maybe. I just remember J.J. Abrams on stage, showing off the practical effects, right? They were like, oh, we're going to do a lot of practical effects. Just the way that they framed it was like, we're getting back to the Star Wars that you grew up with. And it wasn't necessarily like shade to the prequels, although people who love the prequels may have interpreted it that way, right?
Sure.
But yeah, I think it was very much like we're going back to basics. And that included the music.
Yeah. And again, I think there's some places on. Look, part of this speaks to me. The absence of Padme in 7, 8, especially 9. One of my, even though I love Rise of Skywalker and defend that film with a lot of passion, the lack of a Padme mention we've talked about before here. It gets frustrating. So. Anything with her, any of the Padme ruminations, one of the best pieces of music in Star Wars, I think would have had a place. And I still say, I don't even mean it to sound like a hot take, Jen, that my favorite John Williams score from track 1 to the final track is Revenge of the Sith. So could the drums of war that kind of begin that film, the opening credits into the Battle of Coruscant, could that have shown up in places? I think it could have, without needing to go deep into the themes. I think there would have been place for that.
Yeah, I think of the Anakin's dark deeds, which could very well have fit in with Kylo at any point. I think, though, the thing with Kylo is that he has such a connection to his grandfather as Darth Vader, right? And so having that is more relevant than Anakin, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. Now, should Gungan music been brought in? Should the Swim to Oda Gunga? Should Augie's Bonzo Dog Doodah band at the end? I always forget the full name of the band. Should that have shown up? Which I know no one needs to say was a reworking of the Emperor's theme. I would have liked to have seen that. Basically, could you have adapted that into the Porg theme? Actually, sub question, Jen, why didn't the Porgs have their own theme?
Oh, now that's a great question. I suddenly got hungry for lunch. I don't know why. I thought of a pork roasting. Isn't that terrible?
What? That's horrible.
What happened?
That's horrible.
It's kind of a dark place. Yeah,
that's like wanting roasted squirrel right now. You can't do that to me.
No. I think that having anything Gungan related in the sequel trilogy would have been a tough sell. Now, could we see a Gungan in Starfighter or Mando and Grogu? Absolutely. And will we hear the music? Sure. But I think the sequel trilogy had an uphill battle, got some flack for a variety of things. And so that might have been too much.
Here's what I'm pitching. The Mandalorian and Grogu. We all want, and by we all want, I mean you, me, and Joseph, want Kelleran Beck to take Grogu to his friend Jar Jar. So as Kelleran and Grogu are approaching him here in this flashback scene that we're writing in our own brains, we get to a Nubian ship, Nubian, and the ramp opens, and then we hear the swim to Oda Gunga, and down comes Jar Jar Binks. Right? That's the win we need.
I think that it absolutely could happen. They're like, "Oh, you won't believe what you're gonna see on the big screen." Jar Jar's return, I could see that, and I think the crowd and the audience will go nuts. They're gonna go wild. Like I've been talking about Jackson's Renaissance, I think it's Jar Jar's Renaissance too. I really, really believe that. Just judging from the reception of Ahmed Best,
Mm-hmm.
when I went and saw him at the Academy Museum. I mean, we gave him
Mm-hmm.
a standing ovation. Like, we want to see Jar Jar back on screen.
We do. We absolutely do. Most of our contemporaries in Gen X might not even understand that, but we do. We do.
Yeah.
By the way, this is almost a wordplay timeout for Poncho Mike, but we'll allow it. Porg aggressive rock.
I love it. I love it. Oh, this sounds delicious. Look at this. Vulcan Nerd Buffalo pork sandwich sounds delightful.
This is taking a wonderfully dark turn right before lunch here for us.
Yeah.
Amaranth says, I love what you're proposing, Ken. We got some comments here in chat. Nick Tier says, good point here. I'm still a little raw that they used Duel of Fates in one of the Rise of Skywalker TV spots, but not in the movie. I agree with that take, Jen. I agree with that take. But to the Duel of Fates of it all, it is so unique, right? It is a rock opera within Star Wars.
Yes, and for me, it's so synonymous with Darth Maul that if they actually had put it in the movie, I don't know. I don't know if it would have worked for me.
You bring up a good point too. It is perhaps it's a top 5 piece of music. I mean, hell, it had its own music video in rotation on MTV and VH1 during this time. But it is really kind of Darth Maul's theme in a way. It's not, and it's so much more. But I can't separate the two.
No, I can't either.
Yeah,
oh
but it could show up. I mean, there's a lot of fates being endueled, in episode 9. And I'm sure if Trevorrow's film had been made, it would have been all the way through it. It would have just been played in full. Oh, and I'm kidding. I don't dislike Colin. I just dislike what he tried to do. All right, Osvednik says, good point. I think a lot of those are very tied to their scenes, while those were used in sequels were more motifs and kind of stuff like that. Yeah, I agree with that too. That's why, like, even the Across the Stars love theme versus like Han and Leia, that's their theme. That's more connected, more universal, and they're in the film. So unless you have a flashback with Anakin and Padme or have some references to them, or Kylo hums it to Rey as he tries to woo her or something. It's not going to work.
Oh, that's awkward. Yeah.
I hate sand too. Yeah, like Kylo, I could see. They use the Imperial March in story now, right? With Solo, so I could Kylo going. I got a nice piece of music. You want to hear it? My grandpa liked this one. So that was there. Matty Mourner, who knows a thing or two about music, while he screams as the front man of Mourner. Scream sings too. Give me a motif here and there to give me the warm and fuzzies, but rather have a whole new feel for a whole new era. Trent Reznor doing a Star Wars film would be magical. I'm game for that.
I agree. I like new. I was one of the few people that really liked what The Acolyte did, bringing in new contemporary music. I don't know if that's necessarily new, meaning original, or new, just being different. Or like even Andor that had some, house music woven in, or whatever, dance music, right? That was new and fun.
I think this is one of the greatest things that The Mandalorian did. It broke the mold a little bit, and I don't think you need to break the mold. John Williams is not a mold I want to go around breaking, but Ludwig Göransson coming in there and making something so unique but so Star Wars at the same time. It is truly that balance of old and new, and just to watch where we went after that, including every Niamos dance remix in Andor, and some of the other music used in the shows, and Kevin Kiner and his family doing amazing work in Ahsoka, as they always did with Rebels and Clone Wars. I could see someone like Trent Reznor. I'm game for that. He's doing such great work now, which is weird as a mid-90s rock DJ to be like, 9 Inch Nails guy, put him in Star Wars doing music. It's a weird thing to say, but it actually kind of works.
It could really work. All right.
Yeah, and David points out a thing. Reznor and I'll doing the Tron soundtrack for Disney, so it could be closer than before. Brian Ward using his Midnight Mass name. Ryan Gosling listening to Jedi Rocks in a Starfighter. What say you, Jed? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up. I could absolutely see it happening, kind of like a Guardians of the Galaxy type of thing, where maybe he's listening. Yeah, he's listening to it on some sort of thing.
Yeah.
And those of us who know, well, I would hope most of us would know, would freak out.
Yeah.
I would freak out.
It's not a far stretch of the imagination, you know. If Cy Snoodles and Joe Yauza and the Max Rebo Band, they're in-universe entertainment, Jedi Rocks was probably a hit single on some space radio station.
Yes, absolutely. What's the music video for that?
I'm just running down the list of all the people I know in my life who would throw down their popcorn and storm out of the theater if Jedi Rocks showed up. And that's maybe more why I want it.
You know what, though? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, having Lofty Neck would kind of be better.
Okay.
That would make me really, really happy. I would feel good about that.
So Gosling gets in his Starfighter and he puts on some space headphones. Lofty Neck starts playing and he takes off, right? We're just doing Drive at this point, right? We're just doing... I love it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then what if he has in the headphones and then it goes to like the actual, so that it's like blasting soundtrack and they do a different take on Lofty Neck.
Are you pitching this as the opening of the movie? Is this now come with a crawl and Lofty Neck works its way into the new Star Wars theme? Because I'm on board, Jed. I'm on board.
Oh,
Let's just do something completely new.
I think that our predictions are getting really good. Jackson appearing, you're predicting Jar Jar and Mando and Grogu, and now we're going to say Lofty Neck and Starfighter. Make it happen, Sean Levy.
We should have had Channel 19 says we should have got Cassian Andor nodding along to Jabba Flow. That would have been good.
I forgot about that song. That's a good one.
Gaz Nottingham checking in said Ahsoka soundtrack was brilliant. The chase scene past the Purgle sounded like it was lifted straight from The Empire Strikes Back. It was new and fresh. I agree with that. Yeah. Keeping in with the main question here, Obi-Wan Jacoby. Oh, now we're back to weird usernames. YouTube, you got to decide. Anakin's Dark Deeds came in with great effect in Jedi Fallen Order. That's I had forgotten that. That's a great way to look at it. Igor the Mad confirms as a prequel cut. I agree about the franchise putting distance around it from 2015. It's a different topic, but I still get it looking back. I still get it because you're trying to reach the general public, and I don't want it to come off as like a marketing meeting. But if you're doing some testing. And you're doing some demographic research, you're going to find, hey, we got new Star Wars movies coming out. We want to reach a new generation, but also we want to make sure the money from the old generation is there. And it turns out, I guess maybe some of them didn't like the prequels. That's going to be research you're going to have in front of you.
Yeah. And it's complicated because a lot of those people who worked on the prequels still work at Lucasfilm.
Yeah. And are proud of it, as they should be, right?
Proud of it. Right. And did brilliant work that should be celebrated. But at the same time, if you watch any of those behind the scenes making of documentaries, you will see that they took some risks. Oh, Light and Magic doc. They took some risks and not everyone liked what they did. Right. Obviously with Jar Jar, that's, we know that story. So yeah, I can see them consciously being like, let's not go there.
Yeah. So it was present, but they've obviously moved away from that.
Yes.
But yeah, we're talking about 2015, talking about that. Sven comes back, says, I think there are small parts of the prequel themes that can show up in other places very easily. The whispering Korra Ratama from the Phantom Menace used in scenes with Maul could be used in any dark side setting. Ooh. I can see that there. We got a couple of questions too. As I said earlier, top of the show, if you have any other questions outside of the main one, let us know. Got a super chat that helps us even see it better. We'll get to that towards the end of the show. Yeah. Any other things jumping out to you there, Jen?
I like that. That's fun. Amaranth, every bar cantina scene should have an outtake where the characters are nodding along to everything from the jukebox. I like that.
I can see that. Love that there. So going back to James's question too, he admits it's a nitpick. but it might just be because the at the end of the day, for me, it is the lack of the direct connect to the characters, and those prequel themes are definitely unique and connected to said characters. So maybe in future storytelling, I hope there's more direct references. I hope we get a Padme reference. Then you could bring in some of the music a little more easier, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Jeannie from Tahini says, I feel like the prequels had a really distinct kind of fairy tale feel to it, where the OT and the sequels were much more real world grounded feelings, musically be separate. That there's some truth to that. I connect with that idea that they are, and I say this in a celebratory way. The prequels are pretty unique in their presentation and their style. Their presentation is so of that time, and so of George's vision. The music matched it in a wonderful way. It was still so wonderfully Star Wars. There was nothing like, oh, John Williams is doing something different, but it was prequel music. You could totally tell the difference, and so it would stand out a little more. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does. Tonally is completely different, and I think that when I think of the prequel music, I think of like choral, right? Like voices, very like grand and epic and dark. And I don't think the sequel trilogy really has that tone. It would have been a little bit odd. Although we do get some, I think, choral in the Snoke theme, I believe.
Yeah. There's similarities, and look, without a doubt, there's callbacks to the prequels. I mean, Rian Johnson puts in Kylo walking in, the overhead shot, reminiscent of Anakin in the 501st. So there's some places for it too. But again, what's interesting to me is I definitely do not think there is this edict. But it's Johnny Williams working it. So he knows all his own themes of music. And if he's, in the moment, I think if this felt like, oh, okay, this is what you're going for, we could take in some sort of version of Anakin's dirty deeds done dirt cheap and put him into the sequel. I think he would have done it, or could have done it.
Yeah, and in fact, I forgot, I pulled a quote. So in May of 2015, John Williams said that he would reuse themes from the previous films, such as those for Luke, Leia, and Han. He said, it will seem very natural and right in the moments for which we've chosen to do these kinds of quotes. There aren't many of them, but there are a few that I think are important and will seem very much a part of the fabric of the piece in a positive and constructive way. So it almost sounds like he didn't really want to reuse too many of the old themes, unless it was like intentional and related to these legacy characters.
See, yeah, that's look at reporter Jen Landa live on the street pulling in that quote as we go along. Now that makes a lot of sense. John Williams as an artist is always going to want to move forward as well, but also knows, hey, when it works, we'll pull something back. So that makes a lot of sense. And in the meantime, he was creating wonderful new themes that we now love and celebrate. For me, top of the list, Rey's theme, but also the Resistance March. The Resistance theme is spectacular. And I hope that shows up in future. This is the question for the future now. Will 7, 8, and 9 music show up in the not 10, 11, and 12 trilogy?
The Jedi Steps, my fave.
The Jedi Steps. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, I'd take that. I'd take that again. All right. If anyone has any more thoughts on Star Wars music, let us know here. Gaz Nottingham says, I feel like we need some more Droopy McCool. He had more screen time prior to the special editions. Jen, this is a great topic. Cy Snoodles, loved. Joe Yowza, I wouldn't say loved, but he's definitely discussed. Max Rebo, a legend, brought back. What's with this Droopy McCool erasure?
Droopy McCool looks like, what is that? I think it's a sea creature. And it's like, it almost looks like worm-like. I can't remember. There's something about him that
sea potato.
It's unappealing. However, there is a tiki set that was released by, I think, Beeline Creative, and they might bring it back. And this tiki set is like Cy Snoodles and someone else, and Droopy McCool is there. So he has fans. I am not one of them. I'm ambivalent. I'm ambivalent to him. I'm like, what? Sea cucumber? No, tube worm? What is it?
Okay, yes. Okay,
what is it? Shoot.
All right. Hold on. I'm doing some on the fly.
Oh no, it's like
research
it's
as
like
well.
I think it's in the sea. I'm pretty sure it's in the sea, and it looks really like it doesn't really have eyes and a lot of like rolls. Not a mole rat.
You're just describing why I don't go into open bodies of water, Jen.
Oh my gosh. I went to the aquarium recently, and like my kids are, really they're in their marine biologist phase. And so I'm just trying
Oh
to,
yeah.
I can't remember it. Maybe I saw it on Wild Kratts. I don't know.
All right, I did. Here it is. It's not going to be formatted correctly, but
yeah, that's it.
There you go.
There you go. That's it. I mean, would you really want to drink out of that?
No, that's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying. And I love Droopy McCool. Deep Roy, who of course portrayed him on set. Yeah, you know what this reminds me of, Jed? I don't know if I've ever shared this. It may be in Force Center lore. It's out there. The classic Burger King Return of the Jedi glasses from 83. I hated the one that had the Sarlacc pit on it because as a kid you filled it up with Kool-Aid and I was like, I'm not sipping out of that. Yeah. It's like it was off-putting. So that the droopy thing has that effect on me. Tully's in here said, I will say, even though it's controversial, I love the Yuzum from Jabba's Palace, the special editions, top-notch performer. Joe Yowza, as a fan, as Joseph has said for years, pick a Star Wars character. Someone probably has a tattoo of said character.
You think?
So I bet there's someone, it may be slightly ironic, but I bet someone has a Joe Yowza tattoo.
You know what? I'm going to give him a chance. I'd like to see him in like puppet form. Maybe I would like him more. Kind
of like how the Teak showed up in Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, like that, where you blend the visual effects with. Did they use a puppet? I can't remember.
For Joe Yowza?
No, for the
for Teak, for Teak, yeah.
It was, right?
At least practical for some stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think Phil Tippett worked on it, right?
Oh yeah, he did. You're right. So I'd like to see that for Joe Yowza. I'll give him a chance and bring back the puppet size noodles while we're at it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sorry.
Look, I'll defend the special editions to the end of the day, but give me an awkward puppet dancing in front of a microphone.
You can't. Like her hips. It's just like.
I mean, they're moving. They're grooving.
They're moving. She's grooving.
It's a sweaty song.
Yeah, her skirt's like moving.
It's a thirsty song. We don't talk about that often. It's a thirsty song.
So lyrics. Not rated G, kids.
It's not. George snuck that in there, or the whole team did. All right, we got a super chat question here. So in the time remaining, folks, I'd love to get some other Star Wars questions. Your chance to ask us almost anything. I always say within reason.
Yeah.
Put an asterisk near that. Amaranth asks, off the top of your head, your favorite character. Jen, is it Wyatt Earp? No. Oh, Star Wars character.
Kevin Costner?
No, Kurt Russell. Oh, Kurt Russell.
Was it Kurt Russell? Oh,
well, they both did it. Remember the competing Wyatt Earp films?
I forgot. Oh yeah, I don't know about Kevin
Kurt
Costner.
Russell.
Anyways, I feel like it's boring. I feel like you know what happens as you get older is like you kind of get stuck, and like I don't want to get stuck in the things that I've loved just because I've always loved them.
I like English muffins with butter, and I ain't moving off of it.
I don't want to be like that, but I am like that. And so I mean, it's the same old. I love Jabba. I just love him.
I mean, look, again, I always talk about when I first met you and brought you in a Jedi Alliance, there's some things we knew about you. And one of them was you were a Jabba girl. So
I just love him.
You got to own it. What is it about it? Let's dive in deep to the Jabba of it all. You're not necessarily rooting for him. You're not supportive of all of his actions. I get that. But what did young Jenny L in 1983 see in Jabba?
I like that he's a gangster, but he has a side to him that seems very funny. But he's dangerous and he could throw you in the rancor pit at any point, right? He has great food. He knows how to party, have a good time. And
it's a great entertainer.
This is going to be controversial, but he reminds me of a family member that I had.
Okay. Okay.
I got to keep it confined because I don't want.
All right.
Well, like my family member would go, what? Like that. And it always reminded me of Jabba. So maybe
Okay.
that's like part of it is like he's like family to me. He's like a Latino gangster.
I mean, and look, there's, you know, sometimes some of the worst people in the world have a little bit of a cult of personality to them, a little bit of charisma, right? You know, I'm sure there are people who are like, look, I don't agree with Al Capone, but if you make that guy laugh, your day is made. Like, I'm sure there's some of that. Jabba's got he's got some riz. He's got some riz.
Yes. Wait,
so
David, what is this? Have you seen this? The Japanese commercial from the 80s, 90s featuring Jabba listening to Ray Charles? No, I have never seen that.
Why is that not ringing a bell?
Oh, we'll have to watch it.
Let's see. Let's see what's going on here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, it's a thing.
Is it a thing?
It's a thing. It's a thing.
Is it Jabba? He's obviously the puppet.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna mute this here. So
oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
I've seen I feel like I've seen almost everything. Like, you know,
I'm
vintage.
waiting. Oh, okay. So Ray Charles isn't in the commercial.
Okay.
Here, let me just.
Why is he listening to Ray Charles's music?
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Because Jabba knows how to throw a party, Jen.
See what I'm saying? Oh,
okay, hold on. I got to make sure.
Can you pull it up? Can you screen share?
I can. Here, let me.
Oh wait, this is you. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So there it is. There he is.
Wait, what is he doing?
He's grooving to Ray Charles.
Is it in slow motion?
It's like he's Look at that sound. Look at that tail.
Look at the tail.
Looks like he's having a seizure. Oh, Jabba doesn't look okay.
What?
Digital for podcast listeners, just jump to the YouTube. Look at okay.
It's like Jabba.
Look at him. Look how happy he is, Jen. Look how happy he is. Look at this. Look at him.
He's having a medical emergency. This does not look.
Oh yes.
Either that or he's like on drugs, or on some sort of.
You know, again, Jabba throws a good party.
But it's like the
song by Ray Charles.
Oh my gosh! And like he's like moving. I think
he's grooving.
On Spice. He's on Spice.
You think he's on Spice? Okay.
Either that or he's had too much Alderani and wine. Look at.
I don't like anything he's doing in that shot.
That does not look good. That looks really bad. Maybe he's like falling asleep. I don't know. Oh my gosh! Oh,
there's a lot of. Oh Jabba! Oh Jabba! Oh Jabba!
I just
there you go.
Take a picture of freeze frames me on a Monday. Oh my gosh!
There you go. Svetnik is right. We just did it, Jed. There's our first reaction content in the world.
I think there's a reason that I've never seen that. Maybe because I have like filters on, like so my it's like slightly disturbing. I don't know what
disturbing.
That is. It's a little disturbing.
Oh God, David, thank you for bringing that in. That was that was glorious. That was
I haven't laughed that hard in a long time.
David Osmo, appreciate that.
Oh my gosh.
Man, for the late 80s, early 90s was the time, kids. Okay,
this is what we need in Star Wars now. Star Wars would break the internet if they did weird stuff like that. Like, look, like all these brands are doing that. Have you heard about that? Like the brands on TikTok that are like doing these weird trippy videos. If Star Wars did that, they have an archive full of stuff they can pull from.
Let's do it. Romo thinks we broke you, and in a way we did.
Yes.
Catching up, that was glorious. Catching up. So that was your answer. Jabba the Hutt. That's what led us to my answer is Han Solo. But now I'm afraid because now we're gonna get someone's like, oh, did you see the Japanese commercial where Harrison Ford played Han Solo doing X, Y, and Z, and it's almost inappropriate, and I don't need Han Solo to do that. But yeah, it is what it is. The answer is Han Solo. And in fact, later this week, we're going to have a new episode of Blank is Why We Love Star Wars on Han Solo, featuring me and Alden Diaz talking about Han Solo. So look forward to that. But that's my answer there. We've got super chats here from Gaznardgad. I'm saying that wrong. There's the G silent. Snargad. Sarngad. There's a lot of syllables there. I apologize. I'm drunk on Jabba commercials. Just tuned in, so it may be off topic, but the Droopy McCool Tiki Cup at first glance is given Mondo Shannon from The Fifth Element. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah?
Oh, that is, yeah. What a great connection.
That's a good one there.
Wow. I got to rewatch that. It's been a while.
Amaranth says I'm the Swedish chef. Oh, me as the Swedish chef? Okay, that's fair.
Why are you the Swedish chef?
I don't know. Mork. Crunchy stars. I used to love Swedish Chef cereal.
There was a sweet what? There was a cereal?
Yeah, there was a Swedish Chef Crunchy Stars cereal released in the 80s.
By who? Was it like a pair up or what?
Today's the day of going to the internet.
That seems kind of odd. If anything, he should be paired up with like Campbell's soup to release a soup or some sort of like beef stew. But cereal.
Yeah, no. Here we go. Just so you know, it's not a fever dream.
Okay.
This actually is something that I used to have when I was allowed. Now I wasn't allowed by my parents to have a ton of sugary cereal, Jen. That was for Saturday mornings if I did my chores.
Me too.
But yeah, because we grew up under the same oppressive system, Jen. That's what
explains a lot.
There it is.
Crunchy
stars. No, crunchy stars from Post.
Crunchy stars from Post. Okay, that is hilarious.
I'm sure you can still get a box. What's that?
Gosh. What did it taste like? Like corn puffs?
It tastes like stale corn puffs. Yeah, it wasn't memorable for the flavor. That much I know.
Was it like as sweet as Kix? Remember Kix cereal?
Yeah, it's like kind of like Kix. Yeah, I like Kix. Drizzle honey on Kix. Wildberry Kix. Crunchy stars. Love that. Amaranth says she said that because of my pronunciation of the Super Chat King. Yeah. I can't. Yeah, Gars. Yeah, I have a little bit of a little bit of a reading disability, so I see G's next to S's, and I just can't say things. Kix was good.
Kix was good. We're going down.
Did you? But you had the C-3POs, right?
No. Wait.
What do you mean? Jen,
no,
listen. You wasted your childhood in the 80s if you didn't have C-3PO cereal.
I was not allowed to eat anything other than regular Cheerios and grape nuts. My mom, Honey Nut Cheerios were like an occasional treat. I think I had pancakes maybe like twice in my childhood. Like
what?
Yeah, my mom was really, really strict about sugar. And now whenever we go to Cheesecake Factory, she's like, "You wanted some cheesecake?"
Yeah, well, see, you reached adulthood. She's like, "You're on your own now."
Yeah, no, cheesecake.
Where did that go? Hold on. All right, we're just pulling things up left and right.
Crunchy stars. That's weird. Trauma center.
Trauma center.
We are unpacking a lot today. We are, but this is good though. I feel like things have been healed, and new nightmares have been opened with Jabba.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the right picture to celebrate.
The 3POs?
The 3PO
I've seen
cereal.
Pictures.
You've seen pictures? Okay.
But what did that taste like? Did it taste like
it tasted
cereal?
like marketing. It tasted like marketing. Yeah. That's what it tasted like. Again, none of these cereals, I think, were designed to taste good. And this comes with the free Star Wars mask.
What is the shape of the cereal supposed to be?
The infinity symbol? I don't know. You're right. It is.
That does not look like his head. First of all,
it looks like, what is it supposed to be? Is it like the sliced off snoot of like a Gamorrean guard? What's going on there?
Now that's just not crunchy honey. Okay, so it is like Honey Nut Cheerios, kind of.
Kind of. Honey sweetened oat, wheat, and corn cereal. I don't know. His eyes.
Can you imagine?
Genie Fratini says the eyes. Maybe.
That kind of makes sense. But that's kind of weird.
I like Verlando saying it's bee wings is kind of what I agree with there.
I feel like if you're gonna do a cereal, R2D2 would be a better shape.
Yes. Yes, I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
R2s should have been the cereal.
That should have been the cereal.
Do you think 3PO getting a cereal had anything to do with Anthony Daniels and Kenny Baker's lifelong feud?
Do you think? I mean, why 3PO? Of all the characters. Well, maybe because they thought that it was easy to produce his eyes.
Maybe. Yeah, and it's a droid. And maybe, this is a good question. You're not going to have Han Solos.
No.
You're not going to have Luke Skywalker, shredded wheat. It's a droid, so you even if you think you're eating the droid, I don't know. I don't know why C-3PO became the food marketer.
Yeah, out of all the characters.
We got 3PO's Nuts and Bolts cereal, says Iogda. I think that's good. Was there a man? Yes, there was a Mando cereal a couple years ago. Lauren Romo asked, or is she tripping? I mean, it's a good chance Romo's tripping, but playing all that Fortnite rots your brain, Romo. No, there was a Mandalorian cereal, right?
There was?
Yeah,
for a while
right?
there, I was buying it, whatever they put out for food.
Well, did you? I also, I bought a few of the like SpaghettiOs. Yeah, there was. There had Grogu on the front.
Oh, it did. Now that makes sense. I would eat that. A matcha flavored Grogu cereal. That I would enjoy. Mando Flakes. Wait, was it really called Mando Flakes? It's not this genius.
No, it was from General Mills, baby. Yeah. Just a regular fruity flavored sweetened cereal with marshmallows and other natural flavors.
That does not seem like Mando would eat that. I feel like Mando would be a healthier, he wants energy, like oats flavored with oats, not fruity berries. That seems does not
suspect.
Seem right.
Suspect.
Seems sus.
We release this as always as an audio version. I do apologize to the audio folks today, but you're just gonna have to. No, you're just gonna have to get over the video and watch all the stuff we're sharing here today. This was what's funny is, Jenna, and I'm sharing the picture. So we got Kylo Ren cereal, we got the Grogu cereal, the Mando cereal, and then the BB-8 cereal with the what's his hump?
What's his hump? Wait, excuse me?
Who's the other droid?
BB-8? You mean what is his hump? What's his name?
I keep wanting to say British singer-songwriter Dio is what I'm looking for.
Oh boy, you found it.
I do. But what's funny, Jed? All this seems like 20 years ago.
Yeah,
that's why I'm having trouble remembering if these cereals are real or not.
Oh God, see, that's the problem. Is this AI? Are we being punked by AI?
Yes, that's what it is.
Do you see how the shapes evolved? Like they got much better with the shapes.
Yes.
I bet you we're gonna get a push like that again before Mando and Grogu. I hope so, because that's the kind of stuff that I eat up.
Did you get the BB-8 oranges?
Oh wait, did I? I was like, this is a bridge too far.
It was.
I don't eat oranges, so I'm not gonna get it. But they had those pop chips. Pop chips actually sent me some of those. They were fantastic.
Okay. So we need to get on the marketing list for the Mandalorian Grogu movie when the food stuff comes out, is what you're saying.
Your taste test videos have been hilarious. The goldfish one. Have you eaten goldfish pizza flavored yet?
Oh no.
You have to.
Okay.
The kids love it. Like it's like spreading like wildfire with the kids at the elementary school. They're like, have you tried it? It's so delish.
I think our generation, in late 70s and beyond, were the first to have the weird abomination combo flavors, By the time you and I were roaming around high school, it was like everyone, did you get the pizza flavored blank? So I'm glad that new generations are discovering the horrible chemical induced pizza flavors on things.
I know. Yeah.
But it's good. It's good. I'm going to have some today for lunch. Don't you worry. Some goldfish barbecue. All right. I think that's about it here. Jen, do we have any more cereals? Star Wars marketing? Any Star Wars marketing out there? that you want to share with
Oh,
us out there? What has been your favorite Star Wars marketing?
I don't even know. I don't even know. There's just been so many. Like my favorites are the old school ones, like the shampoo, right? Where
Mm-hmm.
they had the character on the top.
Princess Leia shampoo, right?
Yeah, there was a Wicket one I came across and I didn't buy it because I'm like, I don't need any more stuff. But that's good.
Mm.
Oh, the C3PO tape dispenser,
Yeah.
which was that real or was that
Yeah, I think it's
failed?
real.
I think it was real. That one I
Yeah.
love. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, there's just so many.
Will McLean says Denny's and Solo. Yes. Too
You gotta
soon. Well,
experience
too
that.
soon.
That was good though. You had fun, right?
We had fun. I've never seen an entire group of Star Wars podcasters and influencers start to fall asleep from a sugar coma at once when we all tried those pancakes.
Wait, you felt in the movie? People were falling
No,
asleep?
we all went down to the Denny's event at El Cap.
Yeah.
It's like me, Joseph, Black Series Rebel guys, everyone, and we all got to go on stage, which was great to go on stage at El Cap Historic Theater. And then we
Wow.
all got served the food, and then we're having fun, we're chit chatting, but we all started taking the bites of the pancakes, and you saw all of us just start to do that, like, yeah, and it was like all at once. It was like they poisoned us. It was Jabba, the lovable gangster, poisoning all of his enemies in a red wedding like experience.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That
of course,
makes me
Maddie,
think. Yeah, oh yeah.
the Jar Jar Binks Pez
Oh.
dispenser, historic. I like I'm assuming Will. W Rudd 98's they need to bring back the ice cream sandwiches shaped like Millennium Falcons.
That's right. I had those. They were delicious.
Do they have? I haven't been to Galaxy's Edge in 6 years. 2020
Oh.
last time. 5, 6 years.
Okay.
Are there any new treats there of note? When was the last time you've been there, Jen?
I went there in the spring. I didn't see anything new. I really feel like they could benefit from having some more of those carts, right? Like, you know how they
Mhm.
have it on Main Street? Like if they had
Yeah.
some like carts with ice cream treats, big pickles, I don't know, like lightsaber pickles.
Yes, I'll allow it.
It's ridiculous. I just see people fighting with
So
pickles.
how does it work, Jen? So you go, I'll have one lightsaber pickle, please.
Mhm.
And do they put the pickle in a hilt?
Yes.
A collector's hilt?
Which makes sense because you don't want to get your hands dirty from eating the pickle. So it's like the holder. People are just walking around eating pickles.
Yeah, that's definitely the number one thing on my mind. I better not get my hands dirty from eating a pickle. So I like this idea. Cyber pickles is it? But I like this
pickles.
because you're right. Because like I love going to the carts, getting an ice cream sandwich over in California Adventure, and having it melt in my hand before I'm even done finishing eating it. But so in character vendors, that might be the problem though, right? Because there's this expectation of Galaxy's Edge being in universe. So you need to find some vendors that are willing to really step up and, give us a good Wanawanga show selling those pickles.
There's so many cast members that are, former theater kids. And so they will rise to the occasion.
Yep. Will there be blue or red pickles? Or is it just
It's
Luke
just green.
Skywalker, Jedi pickles? Okay.
Just Luke Skywalker green pickles.
Okay. I'm on board with this. I had the churros that were lightsaber churros, the red and blue churros. I could do that. Okay. All right. Well, this has been a very, very informative episode, Jen. We went from, as we always do here, the poignant to the absurd. That's why we love celebrating Star Wars. And we also saw Jabba grooving to Ray Charles.
He was kind of going like this.
He was kind of grooving.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't trust all the angles. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. I know this was a visual episode. We appreciate you listening on the podcast feed. News episode tomorrow. Later this week, Han Solo is Why We Love Star Wars, and also the rebroadcasts of Databank Brawl continue on the podcast feed only. We appreciate all of you hanging out. Appreciate the super chats here today supporting the show. We also can be found on Patreon if you want to support us directly there. Get into the Discord where hopefully there'll be more discussions of today's revelations, especially that Jabba video. Thank you again, David, for sharing that. That absolutely made our day. Jen, final thoughts as we head on home today.
I just feel like in my Star Wars universe, there's lightsaber pickles, Jabba doing some dance to Ray Charles. This is the Star Wars that I love and I live
Yes.
for. Dole Whip
Uh,
lightsabers? Yeah, all right, man. Sounds good to
it
me.
is. It is. All
Ah,
right.
this was so fun, everyone.
And yes, David. Yeah, we did get all the super chats, but thank you for the reminder because I forget. All right, that's it. We'll see you next time on an unhinged edition of Star Wars Questions. Bye, friends.